Hi everybody, this is Andreas, business coach. So today I'm speaking to Elena Edwards, and she has a very, very interesting story to tell. And she is what we would call a proper entrepreneur. So Elena, thanks for seeing me today.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And tell us more about you, please.
Well, my entrepreneurial journey started 18 years ago when I arrived in the UK with a suitcase and a couple of £100.
Okay, where are you originating from?
I'm Romanian.
So you saw a lot more opportunities coming to the UK than staying where you were at the time?
Absolutely, yes.
Right, okay. So you started a cleaning business?
Yeah.
Just by yourself?
Yeah, because of the budget.
Yeah, because of your £200, right? And then what happened?
And it took off within a couple of months.
So how long did it take you that you actually went from, starting very small and then to the point where you thought, okay, I've now got a good business? How long did that take
1
you?
year.
1 year?
Yes.
So
where I had enough money to advertise to the commercial market.
Right, within 1 year?
Within 1 year.
Okay.
So I had, in 1 year, I've made enough money to buy my own little van and to advertise to the commercial market.
Okay. And then, so what happened in year 2?
We grew year on year to the point where we stopped doing commercial cleaning and focused on the commercial or domestic cleaning, and we focused on the commercial market.
Cleaning. And so what kind of clients have you got?
Well, we started small with clients on the high street, like little offices, solicitors, accountants. But again, it was like, why think small when there are big clients? So I was always fishing for the bigger clients. But in the beginning, it was hard because they like to work with big companies that have all sorts of certificates and licenses and etc.
How did you get over that?
I got the certificates and licenses myself.
I see.
So I went to all these bodies that were issuing the certificates and asked, what do I have to do to be
certified yourself?
And certified myself. So I became expert too.
Right.
In what I was doing.
And was it in year 2?
No, it took about 5 years, I would say, 5 years mark.
To get all your certification done.
Yeah.
So now you're running a multi-million pound company.
Yes.
Right. Having really big contracts.
Yes.
With some of the big players in the NHS, is that right?
Yeah. So the government is the biggest customer.
The government is your biggest customer, right? Are there any learnings going back now over the last 18 years? And any big learnings do you think that came out for you as an entrepreneur? Because that's not your only business, right?
Yeah.
But from that one particular, was there any big learnings that you can take along and share with us?
There's lots of lessons that I've learned, and I'm still learning. I think the biggest success learning lesson is the people that work with you, because you can't achieve much on your own unless you are a public speaker, and then you are you and you sell you.
Yeah.
But for a company who sells a service or a product, it's all about the people who create that.
You've launched a separate business, which is a beauty and healthcare business.
Yeah, it's health and wellness,
Okay, can you talk a bit about that as well?
So that is a business in network marketing. So it's completely different from the direct sales, from having a traditional business.
And what inspired you to go into this?
It was a health scare that I've had a few years ago. And actually, I went on the journey with a healthy body and wellness well before I was diagnosed with terminal cancer 2 years ago.
Blimey. Okay, that's more than a health scare, right?
That was more than that was health tragedy.
Yeah.
So
how did you cope with that?
This is how. So actually, the company is called Arbon International. Yeah. So it's not that they found me; I found them. So I was researching for a company that makes healthier products that we use on a daily basis. Yeah. And I purely connected with them on the basis of me consuming the products and having a healthier lifestyle.
And you saw the benefits coming from
and saw the benefits. And then I did this trial for about 3 years. And yes, I looked good and I felt better. Yeah. But I didn't cure myself, not knowing what I was suffering with. So, but while I was ill and going through chemotherapy and the trauma of surgeries and treatments and the fear of not seeing tomorrow, it became clear that having a business in the network marketing industry is much easier to run, especially when things happen.
Yes.
Because life does happen.
Life does happen.
So, you know, I was lucky that for a year I didn't have to go to work, but I was on the other business, but other people.
Because you've got a business in a position where you have a manager running it more or less for you. So how did you cope with that when you were diagnosed with terminal bowel cancer? I mean, what bit of a shock to the system, I take it, and that everything just blew up in front of you? And
it was at the time of the breaking news moment, it was complete disbelief, because I have no history in the family of chronic illnesses. And the first reaction was like, okay, we have to sell the business because I don't know if I'm going to survive, especially when people are telling you, you know, the medical profession, you have so long to live. So I went back to my team and said, you know, I'm in a bad state. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I think it's time for you to not to be sold, but to be passed on to someone that is going to look after you if I am not to make it.
And what was your team's reaction?
Their reaction was like, you're not dying, but we don't care what those people are saying. They haven't got a clue. But we would like you to take as long as is needed.
So they stood behind you?
Yeah, they stood behind me to take, you know, if it takes you a year, 2 years, 3 years, just take it. And we are not going to let you.
So the empathy that you gave them was coming back to you?
It's coming back, yes.
But you overcame that, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think did that?
I think united us more. And we have a much stronger team now.
Much stronger bond,
Much stronger bond, and now we are unstoppable, or unbreakable.
Unbreakable. And do you think that this belief and the support of your team behind you actually helped you also overcome your illness?
I believe so.
Yeah?
I believe so, because I had no worries or pressures, like outside pressures.
So you could concentrate 100% on healing yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I am here because of them too.
Well, absolutely, something to be grateful for. And then you obviously tried and tested the album products, and it sold itself to you.
Yeah.
Now you're launching that as a business?
As a business,
You told also about before that you have some great hobbies. You do the Paris-Dakar rally,
yes.
cars like this. You also do something else with schools in Africa.
Yes, I have my own charity, building schools in Africa.
Can you talk about that as well a little bit and tell us what that is all about?
The schools in Africa did not come like I didn't think about that.
Yeah, how did you stumble across
that? But I stumbled across. I think once you achieve success in life, as in whatever success is to you. To me, success was to be financially free, to have my own house, a nice car, and to be happy.
Yeah.
But once you achieve that, then what?
Then what's next?
What's next? I mean, kind of life became a bit boring, despite the success. And so I decided to travel, because if you stay in one place, you're not going to change how you feel.
And you're not starting to grow as a person.
And so I was like, okay, if I start traveling, maybe I'll find other ideas or meet new people, do other things, I don't know. But there was also this unfulfilled thing in me. I didn't know how to define it, but there was something missing. And through traveling, I've met this community in Africa. It was actually off the back of doing the Dakar Rally, being a driver, and we reached the finishing line, and we were driving. You know, we've been driving in Africa for about 2 weeks before we finished, and I was looking around, and it was just. It moved. They moved me. The communities moved me.
What moved you?
The community itself. They were happy communities, despite the fact that they didn't have what we had. And it was the community spirit and everything which we don't have here in the Western world. It's more clinical and sterile. And I was attracted to that. but also I spotted the poverty.
Yeah.
And again, I was thinking like, well, I have all this money in the world.
Yeah.
But I only sleep in one bed and only drive one car. So there is excess of money that might help someone.
Right.
So that's how I got.
And then you decided to
chat to them and ask them. I mean, they were happy people, and actually, this is what I've asked them. I said, what is your secret? Or if it's a secret, I don't know. Why are you happy?
Yeah, you've got nothing, but you're happy.
You are very happy. And they said because they have each other. Mm-hmm. To them, it was very important to have each other. They were healthy. That was very important to them. The rest of it didn't matter.
Right.
So I was like, okay, so if I have this magic wand, and I could make you happier, what would that be? What can I do? Let's say if we do abracadabra now to this glass, and we can make something. And they said, we would really love to go to school, but we can't because you don't have one.
You don't have a school over there, right?
So I said, so if I was to build you a school, how would you feel? And they were like, oh, and then all the children just came on top of me and then hugged me and things like, and that sold me.
And that made you happy?
That made me happy.
Right.
So that piece that I was missing in my puzzle, I found it there.
And has it make you a rounder person now? More fulfilled?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
And I started it just as a reaction of what they said. So I built the school. Yeah. But now that people know what I've done, they want to get involved. So people that I know, and they were like, well, we want to do what you did, and how can we do it? And then things got serious to the point that I had to set up my own charity. Yes. And now I end up,
and what's
finding
charity
people
called?
it's called Africa Angels.
Africa Angels.
Yes.
Right, okay. I mean, from all this, going back 18 years, coming out to England, £200, starting off your company, growing it, and getting terminal diagnosed with cancer, building schools in Africa. I mean, what would you say is your biggest learning from all of that? That's something that you could give forward to other people that want to be entrepreneurs, that have similar desires. What do you think would be your biggest advice to them?
Love people.
Love people.
Love people. Love the people that you work with.
Yeah.
But also, whatever you're doing, do for the love of people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're not going to make it.
Okay. And what's the next big thing for you then?
Whoa. I don't know.
More schools in Africa?
More schools in Africa.
Yeah.
So we are actually, so this is quite a big thing. So this year I'm building school number 2. Yeah. But it will be bigger, it will be close to a main road, and it will be in a very far away land from the tourist area. Yeah. So I'm very excited about that. So I went there for Christmas and just drove around the country, and we stopped and decided to do something there. So I'm excited about that one. But I'm not excited about physically building the building. Mm-hmm. I'm excited about getting together a community of people that together we are going to build another community there. So this is my next big thing. Well, building a community.
Building a community. So you're using your businesses as a vehicle to create happiness for other people.
Yes.
And obviously for yourself.
I am happy because I can see people are happy because of what I'm doing.
What you are achieving in life, which is a great driver, I take it.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Well, Elena, it's been great talking to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And for you out there, there's some strong lessons there learned from Elena going through her life. Probably one of them is also resilience. So I hope you take some good examples from that, and I will speak to you next time for our next interview. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.